What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to clean and remove a carburetor on like a dirt bike. This is a street legal dirt bike here. Look, this mirror's all wonky too. But I'm here just to get this thing running, and that's what I'm going to show you guys how to do today. And a lot of dirt bikes are all the same, so let me give you a walk around. This thing's one bad mamma jamma too, I tell you what. So there's a carburetor, pretty easy to get to actually. I'm really surprised on how easy that is to get to. But other than that, it's just a big old dirt bike. So without further ado, I could show you guys how I go about removing and cleaning this carburetor. Now, because this is a power sport, I am going to be using the ultrasonic cleaner today. But this is going to be a pretty simple job. Especially because one of the bolts here is missing. I don't know if you guys could see that, but yeah. Normally, you'd want to take off these two 10 millimeters, pull it off here. But I always think it's easier to take off the intake manifold and then just remove the carburetor from there. It's a lot easier in my honest opinion. And yeah, I think this should be a pretty simple fix here, and it should fire right out. I'm going to start out with a little bit of the basic stuff. I'm going to remove this air filter where the air comes in. I'm going to remove this line here too, and we'll just put that aside. And once you loosen this clamp, I think I need to loosen it a little bit more. You should be able just to pull this off just like that. Now from there, pretty much, I mean, other than removing these two bolts here, you're pretty much done to get this off. Now, since one was already missing and I loosened the other one, I'm going to go on the other side and finish unscrewing it, and we'll walk through what the next part's going to be, because I do want to get this up on the bench here and show you guys taking apart this carburetor. These are all relatively the same style and same kind of carburetors. There's the one bolt that was in there. So even if you're not working on the same exact dirt bike, this should be relatively the same process. And by the way, if you guys like this kind of content, small engine repair stuff, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm getting more and more posting videos a lot more frequently. I at least try for 2 a week, but if not, 1 a week for sure. So yeah, we're gonna remove that line right there. And we should be able to just work this carburetor right out. You can see in there a little bit of the grime. Turn it around. It's looking pretty clean over here. This is a manual choke, so you actually have to choke it yourself rather than up on the handlebars. We'll remove the fuel line right here. I do not, what did I do with my damn pliers just now? This is where you have a tool and you lose it right in your hand. Oh, this fuel line's ripped too, so I'm just gonna pull it off, and it was disconnected. I'll cut it and adjust it as I need to. But now to get the throttle off, it's a pretty simple procedure. Let me get a pair of, you can use a pair of vice grips or a nice pair of channel locking pliers. A vice grips normally does the trick. Sometimes, if it's newer, like this is kind of newer, I really didn't even have to struggle much. You can just reach in there and undo it by hand. That's why they have the little grips on them. And we'll just be pulling this out. There's a gasket, spring, cylinder, and needle. I will be spraying that needle off. I can see a little bit of grime on it. And there's grime inside the carburetor. Now from here, we'll remove the drainage plug. And there's our carburetor. These carburetor designs are actually really pretty simple. You know, air comes in here, goes to the venturi, and the cylinder in here, as you throttle it up, opens for more air and gas ratio to go in, causing higher RPMs. And that's pretty much the design of it. Right here, you could set it to how deep the cylinder and the throttle tube goes all the way down, or you want it open so it's revving more for the idle. But other than that, it's just pretty simple. You pull this, it lifts up, more air goes in, more gas, and you're getting more power. This has 1, 2, 3 Phillips on the bottom of this carburetor. and those strip out very easily. So be very careful when you're doing that. 10 millimeters here. I'm going to pull it up on the bench. Let's just pull it up on the bench and see. This is an official Japan-made OEM carburetor for this dirt bike. So let's get up on the bench. So here we are. We're working with the carburetor. We are going to remove these 10 millimeter nuts here to remove this intake. And we'll put it back on. We're going to put it back on the same way we took it off. So 10 millimeter wrench there. And thank God, I like the straight ones. A lot of them are bent like this. Can't stand that. Especially in our industry, I don't like it. So that looks good. We're going to take out this O-ring. We don't want no gas or nothing to warp that shape. We're going to put it over there. So now I'm just going to give it a visual inspection. I am seeing the grime in there. It'll come better on editing, but we're going to remove these three very slowly to start them. You do not want to strip those. That is important. But like I said, this thing looks relatively, oh, there's a bunch of gas in it. Brand new, so it just sat. I'm going to drain this gas out. And we did have some of that yellow stuff there. I just dump it out on the floor. And now we can see the varnish around there. Now from here we'll take our pick and we will go and remove this pin. Good, there was no resistance, so it's not stuck. Once I remove that pin, this float should come right out. The needle is not stuck. Now we can take our flathead screwdriver. Might have to get a smaller one. Yeah, smaller. This one is too big. Let me get a thinner flat. Okay. Now, like I said, I am going to use an ultrasonic cleaner today. Just because with these carburetors, there's a lot of little nooks and crannies, and you definitely don't want to miss any kind of little hole that could be clogged. Unlike your standard carburetor, most of the time, of course that's a lot smaller than an 8. Most of the time, you know, on these carburetors, you just want to make sure you get everything clean. And the ultrasonic cleaner can clean where we can't see as well. So there's the tube there. Just tap it, make sure nothing else comes out. We do not have to remove the idle. I mean, there's 2 holes there for air and extra support to the venturi. Along with this path that goes down into here for air. Matter of fact, on these, the venturi isn't as defined as a lot of the smaller engines. But yeah, I'm liking it. So yeah, fuel goes in here, through here, into the float bowl. But now I can throw it in the cleaner. Look at that. Let's see. Let's get you outside here. See that staining? That should all come off in the ultrasonic cleaner. Dawn dish soap and... Okay, I got it cleaned up. As you can see, there's no more stain in there. And yeah, she's good to go. Good to be put back together. Now I'm going to show you guys this too. This is pointless, but you can see the brass had a little bit of this patina on it. This black stuff, it looks blackened. If you wanted to, you could clean that up by taking a wire brush and just wire brushing it off. You know, just giving it a good old cleaning. But to be honest, it is 100% unnecessary to remove that patina. It really makes no difference. But now you can see how shiny that is compared to the patina part. So yeah, you can clean these up, but I don't think it's necessary. This is all unseen anyways. So these should only go one way, and they should not fit anywhere else. And you just want to go very lightly tight, you know, nothing too extreme. This is brass. You could even get by with hand tight, but I will put a little twist on them just to get them past hand tight. Now we can put our float back in and needle, which I did not put in the ultrasonic cleaner because it seemed to be fine. Now from here we'll put our bowl back on. Bowl only goes on one way, so you don't have to worry about putting that on wrong. Hand start everything, at least 4 or 5 threads. Then you can hit it with the impact. Don't go too hard. Again, you don't want to strip anything. These all have a locking washer on them, So just a little tight. Now we can put our O-ring back on, which if your O-ring was warped or shaped in any way, I recommend you putting a new one on. Now this can technically go on multiple different ways, up, down, left, right. We always want to just put it on where if you're looking at the carburetor from the front, chokes on the left, this little spout will be on the left as well. Put our 10 millimeters on, we'll tighten those all the way down, and we'll get back over to the dirt bike and put this bad boy back on. I'm thinking it's about time. And we are still going to use just the one bolt that was provided to us. It shouldn't cause an issue. If I find another bolt and some of my extra stuff, I'll put one in, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes from there. I'm starting to doubt myself on one aspect, and that's just the fact that I forgot to think about it. I didn't think about it, and I'm thinking about it now. I should have, while I was cleaning this and getting it all ready in the ultrasonic, because that takes about 30 to 40 minutes, I should have put it on a battery charger. It technically has a kickstart. I don't want to have to use the kickstart, but I think it should have enough battery life, hopefully. That's the only thing I'm doubting in my repair. It's like, oh, I should have. I was doing nothing while this was on the ultrasonic cleaner. Maybe I should have been charging that battery. So I'm going to reach on the other side, start this up, and tighten it in. Like I said, same rules apply. You hand start everything. That's nice and hand started. I'm wondering if I have another bolt. I have an 8 millimeter bolt here. Checking the thread in there. I think so. So I did have an extra 8 millimeter. Just so there is another bolt. This is why I keep everything, like even if it's junk, you always want to save a lot of things because you never know when you're going to need them again. And this way we don't have to order anything. We just got it done. Now I'm just tightening everything up. Now I'm going to put the lines back in. We can put the drain tube back in. That just goes in the back. Not that important. Oh, you know what? Before I put the drain tube back in, let's put back on the air intake. That is important. It's not wanting to work with it. We will get it. That I promise. My damn clamp's coming off. I'm going to open this a little bit more. My clamp here. So far, that's been the hardest part. Is putting this back on. There we go. Let's tighten this clamp back up. It doesn't have to be extreme. While we're tightening that up, we'll slide that back in. Perfect. Now I can put the fuel line back on, which to be honest, I didn't change nothing about the fuel line other than the fact that I cut that part that was broken off. I also reattached that air line at the intake just now. Now I'm pinching the fuel line to put it up in there. Perfect. Perfecto. Everything is going according to plan so far. I'm going to put some fuel in it. Customer did provide his own gas that he wanted me to put in it, which is fine. If someone wants me to put their stuff in it, I'll put their stuff in it. Gas is one of those things in our community where everybody argues on. Additives are good, additives are bad, so on and so forth. You gotta only use 91, 87, ethanol free. My thing is, if it has gas in it, that's all that matters. Just keep your gas fresh. But customer said he has special additives he put in this, so we're just gonna go with the flow. That should be enough. Don't need a whole crap ton of gas. That was almost the whole thing anyways. Oh, I'm gonna turn to the gas to the on position here. And now what I'll do is I'll come around here to the front. I'll bring you back down here so you can see as well. What I'm going to do now is just to make sure that we are getting fuel. I'm going to crack open this relief. I want to see gas coming out of here. There is gas coming out of there. I think this line is clogged. I'll just remove it. I'll add an extra drain in a second. Gas is coming out. So we got gas in it. So let's get this puppy out and start her. I'm excited for this thing here. This is going to be fun. Ooh, I don't know about it though. We're going to find out. Should be fine. I'll start by choking it. Pop it on this bad boy. Let's turn it on. Everything seems to be lighting up. HUD's showing up fine. I believe it's in neutral. Let me take the choke off. Oh yeah. Oh baby. Oh, it died. Let me choke it back up. I might need to warm it up. It probably hasn't been ran in a long time. So let's warm it up a little bit, and then we'll get to riding it. See how it does. Okay, I got it warmed up, ready to go. I honestly don't know how good this mic's going to work if I'm going down the road and back. Let me see where the camera's angled to. Kind of want to show it riding. There we go. So yeah, we're going to find out. Buddy. Shit. Yeah, boy! Oh, that's good. Trying to get into neutral. God, I don't know where the neutral is on this. Feels like it's skipping it. I might need to lower. There we go. Beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. A nice, perfectly running dirt bike. I really enjoyed this repair, so hey, hit that like button. Also, thank you for watching. Check out all my links in the description. I'll have a link for Carburetor, dirt bike, motorcycles. The Carburetors are brand new if you want to buy them. Bunch of links down there. Good stuff. Check them out. And I hope you guys come back and watch